And welcome back to The Bridge, a podcast where we are aimed at bridging the gap on some perspective and our own experience between our lives, and hopefully to learn a little bit about each other. And I am here joined today with
Brenda Teal, news anchor here at KTBS 3.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for joining us.
Excited to be here.
Thank you guys for coming in and watching us. As always, we like to talk about topics that are kind of more niche, especially when we talk about things that are going on in our everyday lives, right? And we're about to go over this 3 kind of month gap or 3 event gap here on our calendars where we have big traditional things happening. Halloween.
Yeah, today. Right?
Today, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving is coming up. We have Christmas coming up. Then Mardi Gras for us here in Louisiana coming up. So many big traditional things that are coming up. But I also want to deep dive into some of the things that happen more like in our families, right? Like the traditions that, my parents have given to me.
Well, isn't that where tradition comes from, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what is tradition in the first place? So it's whatever you want to make it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And then you meet somebody down the street and you're like, you mean you've never gone trick-or-treating? Because that wasn't a tradition in their home. So whatever it is and what's normal, right? We define it as we go along.
Yeah.
Right?
And how important traditions are really, right? And a tradition can be as simple as pizza night on Fridays.
That's it.
Exactly.
That right there.
And something like that can build a core memory, a positive memory that you can keep and go back to, even that I go back to as I'm older. One thing that I do, and this is just a small tradition that my family used to do, we used to have mandatory family time. Right. And it was something that we had to put all of our electronics down for, and we had to sit and just talk with our families.
And
right.
You're like, oh.
At the time, yeah, as a kid, I was like, oh my goodness, this is the worst. Like, I could be doing so many other things. I could be on my DS, I could be on my anything. But now, and this is going to sound so funny, I sit and I have family time with my dogs.
And they're like, oh.
And they love it. They absolutely love it. I try to spend family time with my dogs, but it is just that little value, right, of sitting down with my little family that I'm building now.
Intentionality.
Exactly. And it gives me something that I can go to every day. And it might be 20 minutes on the ground, on the carpet with my dog, just sitting there petting with them, giving them everything that they want. But as an adult, it makes me think like, yes, I did something positive and good. And it kind of pushes us forward in that way. And I think it's something
small.
small.
Halloween. What did you do for Halloween?
So as a kid for Halloween, man, I definitely dressed up a lot. But actually, I stopped dressing up maybe freshman year of high school.
High school.
And I have not dressed up since and gone trick-or-treating since. And I remember the exact story. I actually had a chemistry test that it was on a Thursday actually, and Friday was I guess November 1st, right?
Okay.
And I had a chemistry test on Friday, and I remember on Thursday I was like, I want to go trick-or-treating, and my parents were like, no, you have a chemistry test.
Whoa.
And it was because I did not have a good grade in chemistry.
Well, you brought it on yourself.
That was exactly it. That was exactly it. And so my parents
So you
were
needed
like,
to dress up as a student.
Exactly. I had to
start studying.
I know, at that dining room table. That's what I did. I sat there while everyone. I heard our door knocking and dinging every couple seconds. But
trick or treat.
Every time before that, though, yes, I had been trick or treating and I had gone out. But what I have noticed now more than ever, and like some of the day and age that we're in, is that kids don't really go trick or treating in their own neighborhoods anymore.
No. Sometimes they come in vans, to different neighborhoods where they know they give the full size Hershey
big candy bars. Yeah.
Right?
And that's crazy because whenever I was going, it was just any house that was around. If the light was on,
that's
I would walk down. Then you could go and knock on the house. Yep. Exactly.
Trick or treat.
And it is just so different now.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And the neighborhood began to get worse. And but we would trick or treat with our friends, and it was such a fun time. There was always the scramble for having the right bag, and my mom didn't spend the money on the bag, right? So we went out with whatever grocery
we came out with pillowcases. Yeah, come on,
exactly.
Like it was
Exactly. And sometimes that was the costume, was some type of sheet or a pillowcase, right? But I remember my sons, I've got, adult sons, but even in high school and in college, they're getting excited about their costumes.
Wow.
Oh, I think that young adults have such a fun time around Halloween. So it's not just for the youngsters anymore.
Yeah.
It's for whatever age group. I remember when I was pregnant with the twins. I was pregnant with pregnant with my firstborn.
Yes.
And I dressed up as a pregnant nun.
Oh.
You're right.
Oh.
So that was the Halloween costume. Probably sacrilegious, right? Terrible.
That's so funny though.
But it's for, not just for the kids anymore.
Yes.
It's all the way through.
Yeah.
And then as a parent, I began to worry, well, maybe I shouldn't give candy. These kids don't need candy. I took it way too far, right?
Yeah.
And
giving out protein bars.
Who wants the fruit? Yeah. Who wants the protein bar?
Yeah. No, who wants a protein bar or an apple when they come to knock on the door? Yeah.
So I think when we circle back to the word tradition, we really have to think about kind of how do we carry on the traditions? Because sometimes those traditions go against what you feel today. Maybe it was fun when you were a kid and you're so glad it was around. Christmas, for example, it was amazing. My mom did it so big. But now I'm, the mom, and I'm wondering, should I give in to all of this? But then how do I pass on that tradition if I don't kind of let go of some of my, the ideas and philosophies that I've developed through the years?
And how much is it also to continue that tradition, not only for yourself, but maybe for the magic for the kids? Because
it's all about that.
It is. And it makes, as an adult, it makes me feel good seeing them happy. Right, and I feel like that's when I think about Christmas, and this is a huge, this is why Christmas is my favorite holiday, is because everybody has an excuse just to be happy.
Yeah.
And it is the time of year where it is just, people just want to be happy. You hear the Christmas music on the radio, it is getting cooler outside, the kids are all happy, you get to see them all running around and just being joyful, and it just makes you joyful. And so it's like, when I think about, the decorating of the house and, all of that stuff that plays into it, it's like, yes, I want to keep doing this, because not only can I sit back and be like, yes, I did this, I'm proud of this, but it's also like, I know that the kids appreciate it too. I know that it makes other people happy whenever they can be involved in something in the moment, and especially during
call me Scrooge. Just call me Scrooge. I mean, I used to decorate the boys' rooms and the outside of the house when they were younger.
Yeah.
Now they're older. They're doing the decorating.
Oh.
Yeah, and so, and it was hard, because they were like, well, Mom, we've got to decorate the tree. I'm like, who's going to take it back down?
Yeah.
So if you decorate the tree, so I guess now we're adopting a new tradition. Whoever puts it up takes it back down.
Yes.
But it means something to them. One of the things that I have started doing, because I had gotten rid of all of the ornaments that I had collected through the years. I mean, they were like tossed out with a garage sale, right? And so we go to decorate the tree, or my son says, are we going to decorate the tree? He's in high school. I'm like, we're not doing any tree, dude.
Yeah.
We had a little Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and, with one box of ornaments, and that was it. And it hurt him. Yeah. Because it was something that I didn't realize meant so much to him. And so I went out after Christmas and bought a bigger tree on sale, right? Because, again, I've become so much more practical in my older years. So now what I have done, every time we travel somewhere, whether it's me as an individual, them as individuals, or us as a family, we get a Christmas ornament. And so now the Christmas tree is not just, generic, it's our story. Yeah. And so when we pull out those ornaments, it's, do you remember we went to, wherever, to Japan, to Missouri, to all these different places through the years, and it's a warm memory.
That's awesome.
So what I have tried to do in transitioning our tradition from them being children to now adults is make it more meaningful with memories. Because, I mean, Taylor, I went when we moved to Shreveport, cleaning out everything. There were so many gifts that I had bought through the years that maybe they played with one time. And I'm like, not again, the practical side of me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So, so now we try and make memories. I also have decided that this will be the last Christmas where we celebrate at home. I want our Christmases now to be destinations. And
I
so
like
we've got
that.
those memories. So
Yeah.
we won't be surrounded necessarily by the tree and the waking up the next morning.
Yeah.
But we have made a new memory. So I guess I said all that to say traditions can evolve.
They can. They can
But
evolve.
what cannot evolve is the warmth and
Yes.
the love.
Yes.
that brings
It's the core feeling, right?
it.
And you can do different things to feel that core feeling and to get that message. And you can read. It's almost like you can read and watch different forms of media to get the same message, right?
Yeah.
You can go and your event can change from having things around the Christmas tree to now we're in Japan in the most walked on sidewalk and whatever, looking
That's
at
right.
whatever,
Yeah.
like that could be just it. And we're actually going to take a time out here. Do you mind doing a new segment here presented by Mom and Dad Gibson? It is teaching slang words. We've got to, this
boy.
is my favorite thing. Here's a tradition for you. This is
Okay.
actually perfect. After school every day, my mom and dad used to make me come into their room and just talk about my day, talk about the things that was going on in my day and different things like that. And part of things that I think is so cool is that now I am sitting here and I get to teach them little slang words that you guys are hearing in the world, and maybe I can shed some light on what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the word first, and I'm going to have you tell me what you think it means, and maybe you'll actually get this one right. No one so far has gotten one of these right yet.
I'm confident in myself. Bring it on.
Okay, this one I maybe you can get. Do you know what? I'll use it in a sentence for you.
You don't have any confidence in me
I'll
at
use
all.
it in a sentence for you. Actually, I'll give it to you straight. What does slayed mean?
Slayed.
Slayed.
Okay, like as in you slay me?
No.
No,
not like that.
No,
That-
slayed I think is a good thing.
That slayed.
That was hot. That was fire.
That was fire. Yeah.
Was that wrong? Oh no.
So,
What
so
is it?
you're on track. So typically when someone says that slayed, this is actually used by the ladies at our VAM station quite often.
Okay.
The terminology that that slayed or
That
you
works.
slayed, it means that you did a very good job at something.
Okay.
So like if you made a 3-point shot and was like, yeah, that's what's up, then
Right.
they're like, yeah, that's slayed.
Okay.
So it's like you did something cool, you did something
Right,
impressive
right.
to show off. You'd be like, yeah, that's slayed right there.
The one that makes me nervous, and I just avoid using it because I'm not sure of the proper use.
Okay.
Being gaslit.
Oh wow.
I'm like, is that good? Is it bad?
Do you want? It's bad. It's bad. You do not want to be gaslit. So we'll go into this too. We'll do a little 2-for-1 because we love Miss Brenda here on the show. So being gaslighting someone is lying to someone and making them believe that they're intentionally wrong about something when you know that they're right. So you could sit there and be like, oh my goodness, I went to Crumble Cookie the other day and ate one of the best blueberry muffins I've ever had. And I would be like, a blueberry muffin? Do you know nothing about muffins? That was a scone. And if you ever think that you're going to call it a blueberry muffin, you might need to walk out of here and never ever come back ever again, because the fact that you would even think that that's a muffin, it enrages me in the community. It's something.
And then I say, are you gaslighting me right
Yeah,
now?
literally, that's what it is. It's like, you got to be gaslighting me right now. There's no way it's that deep. That's what gaslighting is.
Got it.
And it's typically a toxic thing. You don't want to be friends with someone who's gaslighting you. Yeah, definitely not. It's definitely a new age thing. I've experienced that. I honestly didn't know what gaslighting meant until my later years in college. It is much more of a new term, but yes, that is what gaslighting means.
See?
There
Okay.
it is. There it is.
And then, speaking of traditions evolving, slang evolves because some of the words from my generation that meant something good now mean something bad.
Do you want to give me one and I can see if I can get it right?
Let's see. Of course, you're going to ask me that. How about that's okay. Here's one, but
Okay.
it's like when your generation says, "Oh, that's sick."
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's sick. It's not good.
Oh, so it's
But
like
that's
bad.
sick.
That's
Right.
sick. That's sick means like that's gnarly. Like that's wicked. You know what I mean? Like that's
All of that.
It's all
All
of
of
that.
that.
It's the rage. Like that's what it is.
Right.
And
right.
so
I'm having to pause sometimes. My son said to me one time, "Oh yeah, how do you like my whip?" I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, what is he talking about? And I played along. I'm
Yeah.
like, your whip is nice. And he says, Mom, I'm talking about the car.
The car.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Yes, of course you're talking about the car.
I love that. That is so funny.
Listen, just take it sometimes until you can make it.
Yeah, I love
so to
that.
speak. So.
I love that. Anyways, that was our segment about teaching them slang. Let's get back to traditions, and I want to talk about as I kind of mentioned before when we went into the slang, that the tradition of going up to my family and telling them about my day, right? Something that maybe when I have kids, I think that I would want to pass on to them, just things that that your parents kind of did with you. Is that something that you kind of maybe as a parent have thought of and have brought into your kids' lives?
I do think that I naturally raised my sons with the values that I was raised with. And one of the things that is critical for young adults is an employer will quickly identify someone who does not have strong character. They might not ever tell you. And so I was intentional to make sure that my sons were of good character, whether they liked football, graphic arts, planting flowers, whatever, because that means something, and you're carrying that name.
Yeah. And
I want this name to mean someone of good character.
Yes.
I think if there's anything like that. Oh, but there's of course meals. They have to know how to make mom's sweet potato pie.
Yes.
And they've got that recipe down. Or my macaroni and cheese. It is so fun when they call, "Hey mom, what's the recipe for," what my son called me, wanted to make macaroni and cheese for his sweet girlfriend. And so those kinds of things. I think for me, family traditions, family gatherings always bring a wonderful flavor to mind.
Yes, and I think that's so important, especially thinking about the things that like you said, the values that your parents put onto you. And I think a big thing that I'm still, as a young adult, really focusing on, and is something that my family is kind of pushing, is being a good leader. And I think that is something that as I have, as a kid, I did not appreciate, and I did not value as much as I value now. But I'm glad that it's going to sound weird. I'm almost glad that I didn't appreciate it then, because now as an adult, I can see it and I can understand that me that didn't appreciate it was not as great. But that is where that I think traditions are so cool. And as always, thank you everyone for watching our amazing podcast. If you guys want to go see other podcasts that we have, you can go to anywhere that you watch or listen to podcasts. You can go to KTBS Plus or ktbs.com on our YouTube, anywhere that you watch podcasts. We mean it. Thank you guys for watching us, and make sure you guys tell somebody you love them. We'll see you guys in the next one.
One more thing. That's Slade.
That's Slade.